I want to give a quick thank you to WD-40 for sponsoring this video. Now let's go finish soybeans. Good morning, everybody. Even though it is afternoon, we are at the farm, and Travis just took 2 loads of hay bales up to Slack's auction in Lancaster to be sold. And we got a rain shower this morning, so the fields weren't too wet after the rainstorm, but we weren't sure what the weather was looking like. So he got about 10 acres in here at the main farm at Rockville, and he just pulled it into the buildings. Since it was going to rain this morning, he tried to get as much done as he could, but he got rained out. We stopped, and then the rain stopped as well. It's supposed to start raining again tomorrow morning, so Travis wants to get as much of the beans done as we can, if not finish it all by tomorrow, so that way we can say that we're done with beans and we can move on to corn, and that's the last thing we got to worry about. There's a little bit of anxiety left from last year because we got rain for weeks on end and we didn't get our crop in till later in May, and the end result there was that the crops didn't really dry down that well in the fall. So there's a little bit of an anxiety going around. We want to get everything done and in as soon as possible. They are calling for rain tomorrow, which, as long as it's not a heavy, hard-hitting rain, it really shouldn't be that bad to get the beans finished today. So Travis is on his way to Lancaster with that second load. I'm going to go through and start greasing the planter, and I'm going to grease the VT. I think Dad is done here at the main farm, but there's more to be worked down at Travis's place. Basically every other strip up front, what's chiseled down there, needs to be worked up yet, and that's pretty much all we have left to do with beans. So it's not unrealistic that we could get done today. I think we got like 60-70 acres to do today, and since it's later in the day, we didn't get an early start because of the rainstorm. It doesn't really seem like the ground's all that wet. It's drying out even though it's cloudy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start greasing. I'd say it's looking a little rainy to the west, but there's nothing on the radar, so I think that we should be good. It kind of looks like it's actually sprinkling a little bit over there on the horizon. And where we're at, everything from the west moves to the east. And if it's moving straight east, then there's a good chance we might get a little bit of sprinkle, but for even how there's no moisture there, a little bit, but nothing that's gonna stop us from planting. I'm gonna go through and hit all the grease zerks on these gauge wheels. There's 2 per row. I gotta grease the marker arms and hit any other ones that I find. You should really only have to give each of these about 3 pumps each. Sometimes I go a little overboard and put a little bit too much in. Here's the drive system for the planter. Whenever you set that down, the drive wheel makes contact with the wheel, and the wheel has a scraper on it to kind of keep the mud from collecting on it, but as you can see, it's not 100% effective. But it wants to keep as much mud off the wheel as possible, because any kind of missing or slipping here will result in singulation issues when it comes to planting. And it's here that you can actually adjust your population by adjusting the chains. One right there. All right, I just greased every grease zerk I found, so that means I probably greased about half of them. Going through and readjusting the no-till coulter handles, because if they're not positioned just right, they'll wear a hole in these airbags, and these are for the down pressure. You can adjust it by a pump there up in the drawbar, and you can see this one right there is rubbing down pretty bad. You can see all the marks from the rain this morning. That should be all the grease zerks on the planter that I'm aware of anyway. So now we're gonna go over and grease the VT. I gotta lay out the wings on that. Travis is probably gonna be pulling in here any second. He's gonna hop in the 4640 and get back to planting and see how much seed he's got left in the boxes. Oh, we're gonna have to fill him up before he goes anywhere. I'm actually gonna pull this out into the yard, and I don't know, I don't want to fold it back in. I'm gonna back it out into the field up here, and I'm gonna bring the truck and the tender out and start filling it. When he shows up, he'll show up. Ooh, Dad's truck's getting a little brown from all the dust from being parked in the shed. Oh well, that's what farm trucks are for. Full send. Oh, didn't even have to choke it. Now this makes total sense.
What do you think?
It's not supposed to rain. It looks like it's clearing up.
So I can wake Dad up. He's gonna go VT anyway. He's gonna take off tonight anyway.
I think you
You
should.
stay here and help me to get us done a little quicker.
I think that's empty. Yeah, that's all I got out of that smart box. Yep.
I'm running all night. We're gonna finish soybeans. Pull these boxes off for me.
Yeah.
Load up those AgriGold for me. Get me planting. We only have 60 acres. We planted 67 acres and we planted over 80 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Since these boxes can be kind of tippy, we're gonna use the smooth ride system. There it is. You'll see the arm bounce a little bit more. That's to smooth out the ride. I'm pretty sure these are the ones he meant. He said AgriGold, but I'm pretty sure he meant Asgrow. Hey, did you mean Asgrow when you said AgriGold?
Yeah.
Okay, the ones in the shed, right?
Boxes, yeah, they're literally only boxes with seed in them.
That's what I thought, but with the JCB, they kind of feel empty.
They don't, or they're not, trust me.
Okay. Bye. Literally, this thing feels empty. Travis is just getting started. Dad is over in the 82, fueling up. I haven't greased the VT yet, so I gotta fill the grease gun full of grease, and then Dad can be on his merry way. All that's left to VT for... Oh my. That was unexpected, I guess. All right. Well, can expel the old grease tube. Expel it in there. So we were out of grease, so the other day I went to Ace Hardware and picked up a couple tubes of the WD-40 Specialist True Multi-Purpose Grease, which is great for things like the VT because it goes through a lot of grease. And you can pick these up at Ace, so you don't have to run further to the dealer to get branded grease. So put that off there. Stick the tube down in. Oops. All right. There we go. Did you put the old one back in?
I stuffed it back there. You don't have any that size. That's why it's going forever so we can let the grease put in the front.
Yeah, this one's not taken. There it goes. Yep, that should be everything. We just got done greasing the Earthmaster 3000 VT, and Dad's gonna head out to the field to do a little trial run to make sure that the coverage map is working so we can see what he's hit once already. Seems like the VT always takes one full tube of grease, and that it did. It took exactly one tube of grease. I tend to go a little bit overboard. I give it more, each grease zerk more than 3 pumps when I'm doing the VT. Pretty much when I'm doing those main bearings, I basically pump until I can hear it start crackling out. Is that sunlight? Feels like it's been 80 years. We've got less than 60 acres of beans to go until we're finished. We plan on finishing them tonight because of the rain that's coming in the morning. Depending on when we get done with this tonight and how long the rain holds off tomorrow, there's a good chance that we could be planting corn as early as tomorrow morning. Travis has half an acre left, and he thinks he's running out of seed. So we're just gonna drive the truck up to him on top of the hill. Should just be able to drive around this strip here. It's a gorgeous night. It's now 8 o'clock, and we've got, if this is right, 19 acres left. If there's a half an acre here, and what's down at Travis's place. So it shouldn't be too bad to get all this set up. We'll fill him up before we send him down to British, down to his place, and then he should be able to get most of it done. I'll take the truck down just so we can have one good fill, but we're not sure if we're going to need more seed yet, if what's in the box is going to be enough. He said he has 3 passes left, and then he's done here. So once he's done, we're gonna pack him up and he's gonna head for British. Now, we completely emptied out the seed boxes, so that means we're short on seed. Andrew Tucker should have some seed for us, so not sure if it's gonna be in a box or bags, but we're gonna get seed one way or another because he doesn't have full boxes right now. At most, I'd say he filled them up half full each. And with a full box, you can do anywhere between, I'd say about 15 acres, 15 to 20. Yesterday I was doing 10 to 15 on what I was running, but it really just depends on your population that you're putting down too. Time to take the seed boxes off. They're all empty, and we're not going to need them. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna go out and harrow this bottom strip out here. There you go. Well, it's time to call her a night. I'm gonna leave the shed door open just in case. Well, it's not really supposed to storm tonight, so it's not really that big of a deal. But come tomorrow, they are calling for severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. So whether or not we plant some corn tomorrow morning, hopefully we can. We're gonna have to put everything into the shed tomorrow night. But Travis should have everything handled down at his place. He said that he shouldn't need to be babysat. It was only 18 acres, and Andrew was burying him all the seed that he needed. But I got the tender unhooked, and that should be pretty much it for beans. So I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop as we as we plant corn and move on with Plant 2020. So with that, thanks for watching this video, guys. Be sure to check out all of our other ones. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all how farms work. And with that, I'll see you next time.